Before we get into the content today, just a quick reminder that if it resonates with you and you want to book in with me or my coaches, there is a free call booking link in the description. Enjoy. So how do men really feel about hearing your feelings? Every time I tell a client, almost every time, to share their feelings with the guy, how his behavior is affecting them, they don't want to do it. They don't want to be burdens, or they're worried that they'll be needy, etc. with him. So they really get in their heads about this. And yet a lot of these clients, and maybe you as well, are telling yourselves, he doesn't give a shit about my feelings, he doesn't care about them, my feelings are dramatic to him. There's all these stories going on, all these thoughts going on there. So how do men really feel about your feelings? Men value them. Men value them a lot, and they want to hear them. Men value them so much, in fact, that men constantly lie to you to protect them. Your feelings are how we get our feedback. Your feelings are how we know if we have done good or bad in the world. You have to understand that we men can't have kids, so what is our purpose here? Like, what's the point of us? We're always asking ourselves that question. If we're just making everyone around us feel bad, if we can see that in the women and the children, they're having bad feelings because of us, how do you think that feels for us? That's like painful. We don't want to do that. And we take your feelings so seriously that we often end up either lying to you or doing things that don't really meet our values, hurting your feelings in a different way, because we're so concerned about hurting them in the first place. When I talk to clients about this, what I see a lot is clients, perhaps you, confusing thoughts with feelings. I feel like he doesn't care. I feel like he doesn't prioritize me. I feel like I don't matter to him. None of those are feelings. And in fact, those thoughts, we as men, when we hear thoughts, all we want to do is debate. All we want to do is debate. We are great debaters. We'll debate what you're thinking until the end. And the ironic result is you end up feeling like your feelings weren't heard. But if you can really communicate in feelings, whether you're sad, whether you're happy, angry, whatever it is, not only is that authentic, but that gives us healthy feedback. Which brings me to the real thing that men hate, and the reason talking about feelings gets such a bad rap. It's not because of the feelings. It's because men in the past have had women, probably an ex, use her feelings to control them. You made me feel sad, you're a piece of shit. You made me feel hurt. If you cared about me, if you're a good boyfriend, you would have done X. Or worse, the obligation kicks in. If you want me to feel good, you would do this for me. If you cared about my feelings, you would blank. Do you see how obligatory that is? If there is one thing men do hate, it is being controlled. We cannot stand anything taking our freedom or controlling us. And there is nothing worse than a passive attempt for us to take away our freedom using your feelings, making us responsible for them. Now, for a lot of guys, this does require some disconnection from that sort of good guy, people pleaser thing where he always feels like he needs to protect your feelings. For example, one thing I often have clients say to their partners is, "I'm not made of porcelain. You can be honest with me." Little lines like that give men permission to actually hurt your feelings when they need to and to care less about your feelings so that the truth can come out. That way they don't end up pseudo-protecting your feelings to hurt them even more later on. Men love feelings. We take it as our feedback. We need you to talk about your feelings a lot more. What we don't need is for you to use your feelings to control us, or to just control us in any way at all, to give us obligation, etc. We will always, as men, pull away from that. Your feelings are our feedback. Please share your feelings with us. On behalf of all men, the more honestly you can get to the root feeling rather than the thought or even the interpretation feeling, if you can get to the root feeling, that is always going to be the best feedback, and that always gives us an opportunity to really understand you, as opposed to those thoughts which actually just create distance. Have you seen this concept in action? Have you seen a man care so much about your feelings that he ends up hurting you, or he ends up being too much of a good guy? Or have you run into this problem where maybe you don't even know what your feelings are or how to articulate them in a way so that you can get them heard? Let me know in the comments if that's been you. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Have you seen this concept in action? Let me know down below. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell. I'll see you soon.